Welcome to the Bottom Line Broadcast. I'm your host, Stephen Garcia. Dr. Cissy Ross is a professor at UCSB who is well respected in the field of environmental media and journalism. After 8 years here, Dr. Ross plans to retire by the end of fall 2017. We wanted to recognize her this week as part of our Prof Talks segment. Erica Schweitzer joins Dr. Ross with more on her story.
I got into journalism. I was born into it. My father was a reporter. He owned a weekly newspaper in Mississippi the whole time I was growing up. I was a reporter and editor in Florida, and then here in Santa Barbara when the paper was owned by the New York Times. So I did basically every job at the paper, and I decided to go back to graduate school, and I got my doctorate here at UCSB in education and writing studies. And then I was lucky enough to get a job in the writing program. To some degree, even though journalism itself is reducing the number of traditional journalism jobs, I always tell my students, information is not going out of business. So whether you're a journalist or you migrate into some new media information, it's important that people understand sort of a legacy of what journalism has been and is and could be. In these times, there's many opportunities to be engaged and politically active. I do feel like people took things for granted for a long time. And, when you see American Nazis marching on the street, just never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. I mean, I grew up in segregated schools in Mississippi. I saw the whole civil rights movement unfold. I just never thought we would slip back. I'd like to do some political work. I also was so busy in my career when I was younger, when I was raising my children, that I didn't spend much time with them. And now I have a grandson who's 3 blocks away. And it's very profound to spend time with him and think about what his world's going to be like.
The Phi Delta Theta colony was removed from recognition at UCSB last week by the fraternity's general headquarters. We talked to some of the members about the situation and their take on it. We go to Ariana McDonald with more on this story.
UCSB's Phi Delta Theta chapter first arrived on campus in 1967 until its initial closure in 1992. In 2016, an alumni member came back to UCSB to reinstate the chapter. As of last week, the colony has been suspended by their headquarters. We sat down with the chapter president and another active member to talk about their side of the story.
On November 1st, I got the notification of a suspension, and I called headquarters and they told me that I needed to suspend all fraternity activities, and if they heard that we were functioning as a fraternity and before I got notified about the decision they made, that it was 100% going to be a closure of our colony, so we didn't do anything for those 10 to 14 days. And then I got a call on November 11th from the province president, Steve Utes, that they were closing the colony. During that time between November 1st and November 14th, I called 5 or 6 different national consultants, and I couldn't get a straight answer from them about what was going on. And once I did get the closure notification, I was told that we as a colony were not allowed to appeal. One of the main reasons, and it was pretty vague, they said that we didn't have a written education program for our new members. We did have a written education program, but it wasn't up to their standards. And so on a Sunday, they came to our exec meeting and they said by the next Monday, which was the next day, we needed to have a written one. So we turned it in, and they didn't accept that one. So once they didn't accept that one, that's when they finally put us on suspension. They kept myself in the dark and they kept Steve Dunn in the dark. I was not allowed to talk on Phi Delta Theta's behalf, and after I was told of the closure of the colony, there was no appeals process I was allowed to submit.
There's a fundraising campaign effort done by our headquarters. It called the Phi Delta Theta 2020, where they wanted to establish 20 more chapters by 2020, and it raised a ton of money, but they went too big too fast. And so once the tragic events happened at LSU and Florida State, those definitely impacted us having a label as a party school at UC Santa Barbara. So they definitely saw us more of a risk compared to other schools, and that we felt led to our shutdown as well.
Starting a colony is hard, and I think our brotherhood really increased because of all the difficulties that we went through. So having this happen, it was definitely devastating for a lot of the guys, but I'm encouraged by the positive attitude that most of us are keeping right now.
Steve Good, the Vice President of Growth and Communication of Phi Delta Theta headquarters, gave us a statement saying, "After 20 months of development, the fraternity recently decided to close the California Eta colony at the University of California, Santa Barbara. The colony period exists for the fraternity to evaluate whether or not a group of young men can progress and achieve a number of established requirements to become a chapter of Phi Delta Theta. These goals include everything from membership size and academic performance to event planning and operational programs. Based on the lack of progress toward reaching our installation requirements, Phi Delta Theta made the tough decision to close the colony. We hope that the fraternity will be one day back at the University of California, Santa Barbara. For now, the colony is shut down." Back to you, Stephen.
The Turkey Trot is running to their 40th anniversary this year at the UCSB Lagoon. Reporter James Cox followed this event and the students that participated.
My name is Brenda Lear. I'm the Assistant Director for Recreation for Fitness, Wellness, and Special Programs. 6 years ago when I was hired as the events coordinator, this was one of the events that I put on. And at that point it was already 34 years of tradition. So at this point Ashley Marsh has taken on this event as the main coordinator, so I am here supporting her and helping out in any way that I can and trying to keep this tradition alive.
My name's Ashley. I am the Events and Summer Camp Coordinator for the Recreation Department. One of the things we constantly hear is just the enthusiasm, the energy of this. It's a lot of students and community members, and we constantly hear that the students that are on the course being energized, telling them keep going, we really fun signs and all that. That's always the feedback that we get, and we're just focusing on increasing and growing our participant numbers because it is such a beautiful course. I mean, you're running along the ocean. So we want to give that opportunity to other people to be a part of it and be on campus.
My name is Paisley Shoemaker. I'm a sophomore at UCSB. My major is philosophy, and I'm a Kind University ambassador. So I reached out to the Recreation Center because I saw that they were having a turkey trot, and I figured that Kind could sponsor the event and pass out snacks. By sponsor, what we do is we provide snacks for the runners. So there's about, I think, 200-ish runners today, so that's how many snacks that I brought. So when people are finished with the race, then they'll come up to my table and give them a snack. Well, I saw the event on Facebook, and I thought that that would be something that Kind should probably be at because it's like-minded people. Kind is a healthy snack brand, and we have people that are running here, and that's just a good snack to come get after a workout.
My name is Talia Allen. I'm a 4th year, and I work for the student events team here. Everyone from student events has to work. It's our one charity event of the year, and we all come out, help out for the school, raise money. Our team for student events has improved a lot this year, so I just think it's just going to get better at time. You come, you have a good time, you run. It's for the overall health and fitness, wellness of the school. So I think it's a really good community bonding event. So okay, stay tuned for more.
Though you can buy all the delicious Thanksgiving food you could want or need from the grocery store, but we put together a quick and easy recipe video for a holiday classic for those who are staying in Isla Vista over the week of Thanksgiving. Kia Lucchese and Alex Meinhoff get cooking with this video.
Hi, Kia Lucchese here with a recipe for country potatoes that definitely will spice up your Thanksgiving this year. 2.5 pounds of red potatoes, roughly chopped and diced, 2 cloves of garlic, minced, 1/2 onion, chopped, half of a green bell pepper, half of a red bell pepper, a half cup of olive oil, a quarter of a stick of butter melted, 1 teaspoon seasoned salt, quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, fresh ground pepper. First, preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. While the oven is heating up, cut up the ingredients. In a large bowl, toss together all of the ingredients. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes, shaking the pan to make sure it cooks evenly. Raise the heat to 500 degrees and bake until crisp and brown, 10 to 15 minutes. Sprinkle with a little more salt and pepper before serving, then enjoy your trip to Flavor Town.
That's all the time we have for today. If you have any topics, questions, or concerns you would like to share with us, comment on our link below. We would like to hear your feedback. We hope you enjoyed the holiday with your loved ones. I am Stephen Garcia, and this is the Bottom Line Broadcast. Happy Thanksgiving.